I just want to make a quick video, once again exposing the hypocrisy of the media and the left and the Negro Football League with its agenda, Black Lives Matter, and the endless assault on Tom Brady, who's now won 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Ich ni san shi go ruk sich. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Super Bowls. 7. But these illiterates, the celebrated illiterates of ESPN, well, you listen to this.
Very aggressive. They have been all season long, all through the playoffs. They're grabbers and holders and whatever. How would they call the game? Well, I think we've answered that. They called it tight, which you never expected.
That's not tight, Phil. That's bad. That was bad.
What was bad, Ray?
Officiating. You can't, from a defensive perspective, you cannot go into a game that big and have to fight not only the team, have to deal with the referees as well.
Don't break the rules, Ray. You know? That's what got you in trouble in life outside of football, breaking the rules. Some say you got away with murder. See, that's what you brothers have a hard time with. You have a hard time with rules. Put your hands on the steering wheel. Don't run away. Don't resist an arrest. You have a hard time. You don't like rules. Rules don't apply to you because your ego is way out in front of your brain.
It's like you gotta. That game is too big to make those those mistakes from a referee's perspective.
Anything
right?
in particular that irked you at all?
A lot, because JB, you're talking about receivers and DBs pushing off each other, hand fighting, all of these different.
And the white boy beat your boy, and that's what's got you irked. But you don't have the courage, Ray Lewis, to say that.
Man, one of the things with Tyrann Mathieu that me and Phil was talking about earlier, him just sitting in the end zone, a defender can always stand his ground. The guy runs right into him. I was tricked early in the season. You know why I was tricked? I listened to Brandon. I listened. I listened. What did he say? I listened to Brandon and Phil. Oh, this is an offensive game, sugar. This is an offensive game. This is about scoring points, sugar. It's about defense. You want to know who wins championship? Defense wins championship. It's hard bowls. And that Tampa defense, my goodness.
So it wasn't Tom Brady that threw 2 touchdowns to Gronkowski in the first part of the game. Nah, that didn't happen. Now, these nitwits are going to tell you the most valuable player, right? You got 3 ex-NFL players here, was the coach.
Always ask me, how do you stop Pat Mahomes? Hit him. I hit him. Man, let me tell you something.
And Bowles only blitzed how many times in
5.
What?
No, he's a coach. He doesn't blitz. Coaching in football is done during the week. What goes on during the game tactically is important, but really, your preparation, the game is won by Friday. Any great player knows that. Anybody with a brain. Every great quarterback knew that. Peyton Manning, who did yeoman preparation, like Brady. The great ones prepare, and they don't look at Monday any different than they do Sunday. They prepare. And coaches don't play.
All right, guys, I'm about to make a big statement here, all right?
Here we go.
2 things I learned.
Nice haircut.
Number 1, we just witnessed the greatest individual performance during a playoff run ever. One man.
Individual performance. Now, this is where you realize, Freud proved this, that the biggest egos are among children. And as we get older and mature, our egos are arrested by our intellect. Life teaches you to be humble. Life teaches you to be reasonable. But this guy with his aboral Aborigine haircut, That's a statement to itself. I mean, who would walk around in a modern society looking like this guy? And the contradiction is so evident. He's wearing probably a $4,000 suit, but he's got this Aborigine warrior haircut. Now, I don't know about you, but that to me is a blatant contradiction that this guy's not sophisticated to understand. It's like when you saw a warrior chief from an Native American tribe wearing a top hat, not understanding how silly he looked. Could you imagine a man walking into the Capitol steps in a suit and tie with an Indian headdress? That's how absurd this is. But these people, because they're really racist, most of the black athletes in the world today are total racists. They hate Whitey. They hate him. They want your money, but they hate your guts. And they'll smile in your face. But listen, this isn't me lying. I know what they are. I've said it for 40 years. And more with Black Lives Matter do they prove it. When they say Black Lives Matter, it means your life don't matter.
Beat Drew Brees, future Hall of Famer. One man beat Aaron Rodgers, MVP, future Hall of Famer. One man beat Patrick Mahomes, future Hall of Famer, and the baby GOAT. That man, Todd Bowles.
So there you go. Todd Bowles is black. Todd Bowles is the black defensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that one man beat 3 teams consecutively. That one man who never got his fat ass off the sideline. And these clowns, because Todd Bowles is black, see? Their black boy, Mahomes, got his ass handed to him. So now they got to give credit to the defensive coordinator of the team that handed him his ass. So I guess Ndamukong Suh didn't have anything to do with chasing down Patrick Mahomes. I guess Pierre-Paul didn't have anything to do with chasing down Holmes. I guess all those guys that played so stoutly, Barrett, White, all these guys that played stellar. You know what's interesting too? They all gave Brady his due. They all said Brady was the reason we won the Super Bowl, but not these clowns. Nope, they're reduced to the peanut gallery now, the scrap heap. They get to talk BS on ESPN or wherever. All the time, feeling diminished that a skinny white kid from San Mateo with a limited athleticism but a high-powered brain beats their ass. He exposes exactly what's wrong with sports today. There's too many people without a brain. The athleticism is better than ever, but the mental prowess, not so much. The lack of fundamentals in most sports today is appalling. Blocking, tackling. They've turned football into a perversion from what the game originally was, like basketball. Basketball was to shoot a ball in an arc up to a cylinder higher than the average human was. Today, they can just go on their tippy toes and slam dunk the ball like it's an achievement. When Naismith invented basketball in the 1800s, the average basketball player was 5'9", not 6'9". Now, these players are bigger, stronger, faster, and more athletic than ever before. But that doesn't mean the game is better. You like to see basketball without any strategy or football without any strategy, that's one thing. And these guys are truly phenomenal athletes. But the dishonesty and the racism among these black ball players. Patrick Mahomes made $550 million in his last contract. That's a racist society. Mookie Betts, $450 million to play baseball for the Dodgers. He's black, but it's a racist society. Where's the gratitude? Doesn't exist. They're going to kneel during the national anthem. At the same time, our government spends our tax-paying dollars having flyovers with B-52s and stealth bombers and B-1 bombers like they did the other day at the Super Bowl. And you have no right to point out this hypocrisy. Well, I do. And I don't care how big and bad you are, Ray Lewis, I'd say it to your face. You know why? I have too much self-respect not to. Okay? You're not the worst guy in the world either, Ray. I kind of like you. But you really sound like a jerk. And this other guy on the right with the ridiculous hairdo here, I don't want to know his name. And I know he was a good ball player, but I got to tell you, pal, knock it off. Brady won 7 Super Bowls out of 10. Do you know how stupid you sound? Do you understand how stupid you sound? You sound dumber than the crackers that said Hank Aaron wasn't the legitimate home run leader of all time. I never heard white people say that. Never. I loved Hank Aaron, mostly because what a great man he was. He didn't carry around all this cotton-picking baggage while walking around in a $5,000 suit, because he never made that kind of money. Either did Willie Mays or Jim Brown, were the kind of people that I thought were real heroes, and you guys ain't that. So do yourselves a favor. Shut up. You're making complete jerks out of yourselves. Stop with your race-baiting hatred and go away.